Everyone, and welcome back to Slowpoke Racing with me, Mark, and the Ultimate Racing League, and to race 3 of our Wednesday challenge with the League 2 guys in the Porsche 911 GT3. I shall get there in a minute. As you can see, we are still at Circuit de Spa in Francorchamps. We'll call it Spa because my pronunciation is rubbish, I know. 4.3 miles of twisty turny track. Fantastic track. We've already seen 2 great races in which Brian Moncani dominated. However, with a reverse grid, is he going to be as good in this one? He's got quite a lot of cars to get past if he wants to make it 3 out of 3. But we shall see. We shall never say never when it comes to Brian. So let's get this race started, shall we? Okay, so as we know by now, it is a reverse grid for race 3. The light started to fade. This is twilight. So let's have a look, shall we, down the grid order. So on pole position, Big Mac. Nath is in 2nd. Slowpoke is 3rd. Firepower is 4th. Stealth is 5th. Graham is 6th. Hodgie 7th. Shaggy, after a fantastic second race, or his first race, finds himself in 8th. Declan is 9th, and then bringing up the rear, our multiple winner so far is Brian. So that's the grid lineup for race 3. So let's get this race underway. And the Big Mac is going to lead us off into this one. You can see the lights on. It is dark, it is twilight race, so it'll probably get a little bit darker as we carry on. But everybody away now as they go up through Eau Rouge for the first time. Hodgie trying to make his way through. Brian has already moved up into 8th. So he's already managed to get past Brian and Shaggy. Brian on the softs. He's decided to go softs for this one. So let's just go back up to our leaders at the minute as Nath. Oh, Nath gets a big slide as we're going into Lacombe's. He's managed to hold on to it, but that's allowed the Big Mac to get right on his bumper. Firepower. What else? Slowpoke. What's happened to him? He just went off a bit, so you can see the smoke pouring from Nath's tyres as we go into Lacombe's. Slowpoke just unable to get the car to slow down and gets off the track. Somebody's followed him. I think it might have been Brian, but everybody's still facing the right way, which is good. So Nath still leading the pack as we go down towards campus. Big Mac in 2nd, putting Nath under all sorts of pressure. Now that he's on the inside, is he going to take it? He has. So the Big Mac now moves up into 1st position and leads this race. Nath coming under pressure from Stealth already. Stealth has got himself on the inside and has managed to take that 2nd spot. Firepower also having a look. Nath holding on to 3rd. Firepower is definitely having a look, with Slowpoke just behind as well. We've got Hodgie has gone into 6th. Graham in 7th. The Brian and Declan all over the back of Graham. And then we've got Shaggy down in 10th. Not quite sure what happened to Shaggy. Let's just go back. I don't want to go back too far. No, not sure. So the Big Mac still in 1st as we go through Blanchimont towards the bus stop chicane for the first time in this 3rd and final race. Stealth sitting in 2nd. Then we've got Nathan 3rd. Oh, who's that? That's Big. What's happened to Big Mac? Let's just. He seemed to be doing a fantastic job out in front. Oh, he's just got his tyres on the grass and that has just thrown him completely off. So Stealth takes up the lead. Nath in second. Nath unfortunately with a half-second penalty. Firepower also with a half-second penalty. Everybody picking up penalties, but Firepower third, Hodgie fourth, Graham fifth, Declan sixth. So where's it gone? Oh, it's changing that quick. Slowpoke with a half-second penalty, got completely mugged there and all the way down to 8th. Shaggy's 9th. The Big Mac now down in 10th after that spill at the bus stop chicane. Wow, everybody needs to settle down. I don't know where to look next. Stealth though, out in front. Trying to open up a bit of a lead to Firepower. The two guys behind him have both got penalties, which will give him... Nath goes flying off again. At turns 7, 8 and 9. He's back on track though, and in 4th, although he's got Brian and Declan, two people you do not want on your bumper as Nath goes off again at Brussels. There are cars flying all over the place. Come on guys, settle down so at least I can keep up. So Firepower sitting comfortable in second, although does carry in that penalty. Hodgie in third. Will have seen that Firepower's got the penalty. He'll want to get as close as he can, so hopefully he can nick that spot away from him. He's got Brian Moncani all over the back of him. So lap 2 and Brian's already made his way up into 4th. He's not used to this, is he? Seeing other cars on track. But he's wondering what's happening. So Brian right up the chuff of Hodgie. So it is only a matter of time. Is he going to make a move while they're going around Blanchimont? Hodgie trying to defend his position. Declan just sitting behind in 5th. I'm sure he's waiting for those two to have a bit of a come in together. Slowpoke in 6th, Shaggy 7th, Graham 8th, then we've got the Big Mac, and then Nate. Brian still being frustrated by Hodgie. All the while though, Hodgie has got one eye on Firepower because he wants to take that spot away from him. No room for error between these two. Let's go on board with Brian Moncani as we get onto the Kemmel Straight. DRS fully open. We've got Declan just sitting behind. Hard on the brakes through 7, 8 and then 9. Now it may be a case of both Hodgie and Brian can take that spot away from Firepower when he serves his penalty. Oh, Firepower went very wide there. That's allowed these two guys to get a lot closer. Declan now right up to the back of Brian. So Firepower is managing to hold most of these guys up. But as I say, when he serves his penalty, I'm sure at least one, maybe two of them will go through. I'm not sure Declan will quite make it as Brian goes to look at making a move on Hodgie around the outside. No, he can't get it done. I think he's just letting him know he's there more than anything. All the while, Declan getting closer and closer to Brian. So through Stavelot onto Blanchimont. This is where you can get your foot down and hopefully make the move. Firepower served his penalty. Is Hodgie going to get by? Firepower trying to defend it, but no, Hodgie manages to get by. It looks like Brian's got a good run on Firepower as well, and he may even take Hodgie. And he has, just at the entrance of the bus stop chicane. What a fantastic move from Brian. let's just go back and have another look at that. So Hodgie goes by Firepower, little nudge there as Firepower goes off wide. Hodgie rejoins as well, and then Brian round the outside into the bus stop chicane and manages to nick those 2 spots away and put himself in second. So fantastic move from him. So Hodgie now third. Declan has managed to move up into fourth as well. I think that must have been when Firepower actually left the track. A bit of a door bump between Firepower and Hodgie. I don't think there was anything really in it, but that's allowed Declan through as well. So Firepower with a half-second penalty, that may be for track limits. He's got Shaggy now coming up fast behind him. Slowpoke down in 7th, not having the race he wanted. Graham in 8th with a half-second penalty as well, and that car looks a bit battered, doesn't it? As Graham goes up the inside of Slowpoke, and I think he just backs out at the last minute. Biding his time. The Big Mac just sitting behind these two as well in 9th. And then down in 10th is Nath, also carrying a penalty. He's been collecting them tonight. So back up to our current race leader, Stealth. Really enjoying himself out there is Stealth, leading this third and final race of the day. We're just coming up to 8.5 minutes, so just a little over 6 minutes left. Although Brian is catching, it looks like, with every corner. Hodgie and Declan battling it out now for third. Declan will want to get that podium. All over the back of Hodgie. Shaggy moved up to 5th. Then we've got Slowpoke and Firepower. Slowpoke's managed to make his way through to 6th. Firepower 7th. Graham 8th. Then we've got the Big Mac and then Nath. So through the chicane go this little group of 4, led by Slowpoke. We can see Shaggy just ahead, but got a lot of work to do if we want to catch him. Then we've got this fight for the third podium spot between Declan and Hodgie. And the fight up there, I was just about to say, Stealth picked a penalty up, but Brian has as well, so both of these guys have served the penalty at the same time. Although Brian is now really putting the pressure on Stealth. If we go on board with Stealth, and that's the view he's got. So he's got some defending to do, as well as trying to keep the car on track. He's got to try and defend his position from Brian, who we know how quick he is, looking for his third win of the day. Still got the current fastest lap as well, a 2:18.6. So Brian going for maximum points out of this meeting. Brian closer and closer and closer. I think he's just going to pick his moment. I think he's waiting for Stealth to make a mistake, or he's getting as close as he can, so when we get on to Blanchimont he can actually make his move then, and it looks like he's going to make it now. They both serve penalties, but Brian is alongside Stealth now, and he has got the inside line as well and goes through. So that's Brian back into his normal position of leading the race. his patience paid off. He just sat, waited, and picked his moment. That was great racing from Brian. Knew exactly what he was going to do. So down the order, Hodges in third, Declan fourth. Quite a familiar scene, isn't it, with Brian out in front, with Hodgie and Declan not far behind, but just this time around Stealth has managed to get himself in the mix as well. Shaggy up into fifth, Slowpoke sixth, coming under pressure from Firepower. And Graham. Big Mac not too far behind. And Nath down in 10th. So Brian, oh, now then, what's happened here? Because Stealth was in, Stealth was up there in second, wasn't he? So we're on the Camel Straight. Oh, no, we're not on the Camel Straight. I've completely lost my bearings now. But anyway, Stealth going a little bit wide, allowing Hodgie and Declan through. So Stealth, unfortunately, having led for quite a way, has dropped down to fourth. Yes, it was the Camel Straight. Oh, I forget where I am. So Stealth now down in fourth. Shaggy fifth. We've got Brian, Hodgie and Declan. The top three league table leaders are also the top three leaders in this race. Slowpoke, Firepower and Graham fighting it out for 6th, 7th and 8th. I think Brian is now going to be starting to look at pulling away. Still got that current fastest lap, a 2:18.6, although he has gone purple on this sector. So I think what's in Brian's mind now is not winning the race, it's winning the race and getting the fastest lap, so he can get absolute maximum points out of this. He's just back to racing himself now, isn't he? So let's just follow him through this and see if he can beat that 2:18.6. And he can. Good 3/10 come off of that. Down 2:18.3. So Brian not messing about. This will be his last lap. We're in to the 15th minute. So rundown of the order with Hodgie in second. He's got his arch rival right behind him, Declan in third, Stealth in fourth. I was going to say Slowpoke, but it's not, it's Firepower in fifth, Slowpoke sixth. I don't know what happened to Shaggy then. Let's have a look, see if we can go back and find out what happened to Shaggy. Oh, I think we've got to go back too far. It may have been a penalty that was served, but Shaggy down in 8th, the Big Mac 9th, Nath 10th. So the nearest we've got to a fight is Hodgie and Declan again, as Declan has a bit of a cheeky look at the inside of Hodgie. Nothing really came of it, but I think it was more just get himself in Hodgie's mirrors. Been the story of the season so far between these two, fighting it out. Seems to be every race. Need a quick swig of juice. I think Nath is going to finish. He's got a reset, so Nath is going to be the first to cross the line in 10th position. So well done to Nath in 10th. Brian now on the very last few turns onto Blanchimont for the last time on his home track as well. so I'm sure he'll have all the family in the crowd waving and cheering him on. Hodgie and Declan still fighting it out, and will do all the way to the line, I'm sure. But let's just stick with Brian as he goes through the chicane for the final time to take his third victory of the day, and well done to him. Maximum points for Brian. Now Hodgie, Hodgie's going to take second. Declan just got himself all out of sorts there as he came out of the chicane, but Declan takes third. Stealthy's going to come across the line to take fourth. Now big group of cars battling it out. Firepower 5th, Slowpoke 6th, Shaggy 7th, Graham 8th, and the Big Mac is going to bring it home in 9th. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you do enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It does help us out a lot. And join us next week when we will be at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. So I shall catch you all again soon.